What's up, YouTube? And I'm gonna talk about why you all are criticizing me, judging me, hating on me, constantly picking, constantly bullying, and
Both you and I know that that whole cyberbullying thing is bullshit. And I've already stated how it's bullshit, and you have already said that it's bullshit. So stop saying that it's cyberbullying when you, in the first place, wanted it, and you said that the entire cyberbullying thing was bullshit just so you could get people on your side. And these clips of him saying this are on my previous videos. If you do not believe me, go watch them if you don't believe me, because they are there. So, why is it that you are going from I'm being cyberbullied to I want you to cyberbully me, and then back to I'm being cyberbullied? When we all know, besides your idiotic fans, that you don't care about the cyberbullying, that you use it as an excuse to get supporters and views for your game, and so people will give you sympathy because they think that you're the poor, innocent little guy who's just being hated on by all these mean cyberbullies on the internet. When in reality, you wanted this in the first place, and you just keep removing the videos where you say it so people don't notice. Well, newsflash, there is the ability to archive things on YouTube. So, I believe they teach this in school. Don't put things up on the internet that you don't want to be seen or heard. You wouldn't, if you didn't want to be cyberbullied, you wouldn't put up a video saying you want to be cyberbullied. And before I start getting into the video also, if you read his description, the description, let me see what it is. Let me search it up. Here it is. I will be making more of these response videos. So as you're going to see, he's going to be making more of these response videos, even though he said that he's going to ignore us. He says we're not getting any attention from him. Or, I don't care what you guys say. He removes those videos, and now he's saying that he's going to make more responses to people. After he's said in 3 videos now, he's not going to do it. He can't make up his fucking mind. It's either you are being bullied or you are being cyberbullied. Or it's either you aren't going to make any more videos addressing your haters, or you are going to make some. Not switching in between and removing the video thinking that when you remove it, it never existed. And, people may say, well, maybe he was just, he was lying when he said that, however that's possible. He thought that. So, when he said those things, he meant it. He thought it in his brain. He meant, when he said, I want to be cyberbullied, Julius Cole, want to be cyberbullied. Not, I don't want to be I want to be cyberbullied right now, but I'm going to remove this video, post another one saying that you guys are cyberbullying me, even though I told you I want to be cyberbullied.
every video I make, first of all, you criticize me and judge me when you don't know me. You act like you know me, but you really don't know what I have been through, what I am going through currently, what I've experienced. You don't know what's going on in my heart. You don't have the key to my heart to open my heart and look and be able to judge me and criticize me.
I think I made a response to a video like this. A video where he said that whenever you tried to prove somebody wrong for being a hypocrite, or, you tried to prove that somebody is being a hypocrite, by doing that, you yourself are a hypocrite, however the fuck that is possible. And I think there was also something else in the video where he said that you need to get yourself in check, even though Julius Cole hasn't seemed to gotten himself in check yet because of all the stupid shit he's done in the past. And, if he can get away with some of the stuff he's done in the past and think that he is somehow in check, then how are we not in check? If he can get away with shit like, as I've already stated, telling Eric Castle to, and all the admins to go die of cancer, and then removing the apology video for that, as if it never happened, If that's considered in check, then what I'm doing is nowhere near not in check. If he can get away with that, I should be able to get away with making these videos. So, let's address his, I need to know what he's like in order to criticize him. You know, I have to know where he lives, what's going on in his heart, and all that shit. You know, here, let me explain how I don't have to know you in order to criticize you. I'll give you a quick little example. And before I start, I just want to say, if I ever attempted, in the event that I ever attempted to find out who Julius Cole actually is, I don't know why I would need to do that, his idiotic fans would label me a stalker. So, you can't win in this. You know, he'll say, well, you can't criticize me because because you don't know me, and then if you attempt to try and find, or attempt to know him, he will label you a stalker, and most likely his fans will label you a stalker as well. You know, and I've tried to get into Skype conversations with Julius Cole. I have, multiple times. But he hasn't been returning any of my messages. And he hasn't even been acknowledging the calls. You know, nothing. He's been fucking silent the entire time. No responses. So, any attempt to actually get to know him is futile because he will not respond to you. Now, let's get on with this example of how you don't actually have to know somebody in order to criticize them. Say you're in school and you see somebody copy a paper. I don't know, maybe it's a book report or some shit. He copies off a paper from somebody else, and they didn't give him permission to copy him. And then he hands it in, or she, whoever it may be, to the teacher, and says that they made that piece of paper and that they were the original author of it. You could obviously criticize them because you wouldn't have to know them. You would just know that they copied the paper and that they took credit for the paper, and you're going to criticize them for that. I don't care how old this person is, where she lives, whatever. All I know is at the time they copied the paper and took credit for it, therefore I can criticize them. You see how that works? If Julius Cole takes a copy or copies a game that was originally supposed to be copy locked, and then later goes on to take credit for it, I can criticize him for it regardless of who he is. And, you know, I could criticize him from the start. This is not like a written rule that you have to know the person in order to criticize them. Regardless, I can criticize them. It doesn't matter. There is no written rule in life that says you must know the person in order to criticize them. This is just Julius Cole land logic, and it makes no fucking sense. Oh, and another fun fact. Julius Cole doesn't know where I live, who I am, what I do, therefore he can't criticize me. And he also can't criticize any of his fucking haters. Do you want to know why? Because he probably doesn't know every single one of his haters that he calls them. So, he can't criticize us, and we can't criticize him. You see how flawed that logic is?
Now you criticize me. Is it because I'm colored? Because I'm black? You know, because I'm different from you?
Get the fuck out!
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Are you fucking serious? Racism? You think we do this because you're black? Not because you took a game and then took credit for it? Not because you told a bunch of admins to go die of cancer because your account was banned? You know, not because you label anybody who disagrees with you a cyberbully and a hater? You know, it's none of that. You know, it's not the fact that you take free models and take credit for them and say that you actually built the thing. It's none of that. It's the fact that you're black. It's nothing else. It's just because you're black. That's it. Nothing else. See, this is the problem when you don't read your comments, Joyce. See, you say you don't read your comments, and then you make videos wondering why people don't like you. Well, if you read your fucking comments, you'd see why we don't like you. See, that's why they have comments. Then you read them, and you get feedback from them. Not, I'm not going to read my comments, and then I'm going to question why people don't like me, and then I'm going to bring up racism. And when you made that racist comment towards me, calling me a white trash motherfucker because I didn't want to see Jared's grandma video up there because it didn't need to be up there and it was just a ploy for views. See, when you said that and you called me a news reporter, you must have at least watched a few of my videos in order to understand what I do, and then you could label me a news reporter. So I can obviously tell you acknowledge that my videos are out there. So you obviously don't read your comments, but you probably watched the video. And so you should probably know by now why we don't like you. You just refuse to acknowledge why we don't like you, or you call that reason bullshit. Actually, since you've also stated in the past that you know the reason why people don't like you, and it's because you copied the town of Robloxia. You don't go into further depth, you just say, you guys hate me because I copied the town of Robloxia, making it seem as if we only hate you for something so simple when it goes farther than that. You actually said why we don't like you. One of the big reasons why we do not agree with you and that we do not like you. So you know one of the reasons why we don't like you, yet you seem to question us when it comes to this. You seem to put an image in people's minds that, well, because he doesn't know the answer, and then he brings up racism, they obviously are racist, and he doesn't know why, because he thinks everybody's being racist. And it's not the fact that he copied again. So he knows the reason why we don't like him. He just keeps questioning why we don't like him. He knows it, and then he brings up like little points like, oh, is it because I'm black? And then that throws the image of racism into everybody's minds, and then they go all ape shit saying we're a bunch of racist haters when he was really just questioning it.
Or I'm different from other people, so I don't know what's the constant bullshit, bitching, picking, and all that stuff is going on. But before you start criticizing me, judging me, get yourself in check. You always going around trying to down somebody, prove them wrong, judge them when you don't know nobody, and when you currently have your own problems to worry about and you haven't solved them yet. So before you start going to criticize somebody and judge them, get yourself in check. Then you'll be welcome to criticize that person, to judge that person. And a lot of you do it because you have been judged, you have been criticized for what you were doing wrong, you have been bullied, you take it out on somebody else, So I don't know why you criticize me. It's because I'm black, it's because I'm different, it's because I'm not like you or other people, so I don't know why. I really know why, because I think it's about Roblox and me copying the game, but it don't have nothing to do about me. We're all a human. I'm human just like you. I breathe, I bleed just like you. I sleep, I wake up.
Hey, Julius, you want to know what's bullshit here? The fact that you refuse to acknowledge that you've done absolutely nothing wrong, and that we are the only ones who are doing something wrong. Not you. Not, the fact that you remove an apology video after you say something so stupid as telling a bunch of admins to go die of cancer, like the co-founder of the job that they work at, simply because you were banned for making inappropriate places with the title of "Have a Beautiful Family in the Town of Robloxia." That's bullshit. And you refuse to acknowledge that. And you keep trying to fucking hide that. And I'm sick and tired of you trying to fucking hide that. Removing the actual video, removing the apology video, not talking about it. And thinking that you've done nothing wrong and that you're excluded from everything. You thought, because you had the apology video up for a week or so, that obviously means that no harm was done at all. Of course not. That video, you removed it. You made it seem as if it was never there, as if it never happened. And that's not bullshit, but us, calling you out on that is bullshit, and that's us picking on you. Oh, we are so fucking mean towards you. Oh, we are such heartless haters for calling out a douchebag who told a bunch of people to go die over a game that he claims is just on the internet and are words on the internet. You know, that ban was just a word on the internet, and you got worked up you got worked up so much over it that you went on a fucking tangent telling a bunch of admins to go die. That's not bullshit. Us calling you out on it, though, that's bullshit.
You know, I have experience. I believe in stuff. We're all a human, so stop trying to treat everybody else different. You know what I mean? So thanks for watching. I'll make more videos soon. Thank you.
What was that I heard? I think he was trying to say, stop trying to prove people wrong.
Stop trying to treat everybody else different.
Because that's always something bad, don't try and prove somebody wrong if they actually did something wrong. Because that doesn't do anything. It's useless. You shouldn't do that. But then he changed it, what was it again? He fucked up his sentence. I honestly didn't understand what he said. Let me hear it again.
Treat everybody else different.
Oh, so stop trying to treat everybody else different. Well, everybody is different. You can't say that everybody's the same because that's not possible. If you mean equality for all, sure, I guess. But I swear you were about to say, don't try and prove people wrong. Because if you tried to prove people wrong, Julius Cole might actually, be in the wrong for once. And actually have to acknowledge it. Oh, dear God, that would be so horrible. So let's address the fuck-ups in this video. Alright, so let's first start off with the fact that he's claiming to be cyberbullied once again, after he said in multiple videos already that he doesn't care about, cyberbullying, and that he wants it done to him, and that the whole thing was complete bullshit from the start, so he could simply get views off of it. Then he went to, I'm not going to make any responses towards you guys, and I don't care about you. I'm going to continue with my life. And then you later go on to post in the description of your new video that you're going to be making responses more often. And then you decide to put the image of racism in everybody's head and fail to acknowledge why we actually don't like you, when really you fucking probably do. If you simply read your comments, read your commentary, go to your group, even simply just browse over my channel. I usually explain this shit in every video, but obviously he doesn't want to acknowledge it. And, I also left out how you have to know somebody in order to criticize them. Because, you can't criticize anybody without knowing them, even though you can. And he likes to contradict himself in every fucking video and think that by deleting it, he is somehow getting rid of it. He says something that he doesn't like and removes it. It's still out there. When he said that, he meant it. He didn't even bother to edit the damn thing. He doesn't look it over. He just records it and fucking posts it and doesn't care. And then when he finds out, maybe a few days later, oops, he did something wrong, he'll fucking remove the video. I don't know if he's doing it intentionally or if he's too stupid to actually review the video before he sends it out. Because he's giving mixed messages to everybody, even his fucking fans. I can't understand what, positions he's on, because he changes it every fucking week. It's either he's being cyberbullied, he's not being cyberbullied, or I want you to be cyberbully me, or I don't want you to cyberbully, or, I want to make responses towards you, hater, and then I don't want to make responses towards you, I'm going to ignore you, now I'm not going to ignore you, and all this stupid shit, and he never makes up his fucking mind. Anyway, I'm Close to Productions, and thank you for watching.